Hi everyone, with this video I want to build with you a PHP agent with Neuron AI. So Neuron AI is a library, is a framework that allow you to use one of the model that you can have, and today we are going to use Ollama for creating, for example, a LinkedIn post. So we will create an agent that support me for creating LinkedIn post, amazing, engaging LinkedIn post, and so on. Right. So we will see how to build this. We will do it live. Right. So now, first of all, we can start installing, for example, the package. So as you can see, empty directory, just with the readme with this message building a PHP agent with the Neuron AI. Now we are going to install inspector. So inspector apm/Neuron AI. So here we are going to install the package and then we are ready for use it. So now we are going to create not a folder but a file, test.php. Good. So we are ready for creating our file, so PHP file. So we can create a PHP shortcut and then require. Then we can pick from the vendor folder, we can pick the auto load. So in order to load the package, all the package that we are going to use. Now the goal is to create a class. This class, it will be our agent, my agent. Then, because we are using Neuron AI, we can extend the class agent directly from Neuron AI. Using this class, and obviously here we need to import the class, so we can ask the editor to support us. Then we need to implement at least two methods. The first one is the provider. So essentially here we want to define which kind of provider we want to use, and now we will use Ollama. So to do that, we need to declare a public function named provider, yes, that return an EI provider interface, and then we can implement the function. So in this case, we can return Ollama. So is one of the provider that we can use, and then that's all right. So in this case, we have we are using Ollama, but in this case we need to set up two parameters. One is the URL. So I'm running Ollama locally, so I can type localhost, then the number of the port 11434/API. So I need to set up this URL, as you can see, localhost. Nice. So now we need to define also the model that we want to use. Locally, I have one model named Llama 3.2 latest version. Yeah, that's all. Yeah. I think yes. Obviously here I have an error. I need to create a new Ollama. So okay, it's fine. So now in this case we have the provider. So we defined the provider. Now we need to define the instruction. So think about, usually when you use one of the tool, for example, ChatGPT, and you want to create a LinkedIn post, you need to provide a lot of context. You need to provide a lot of instruction. For example, I want to create a LinkedIn post, please help me, and I want to write this kind of things. Okay, so essentially via ChatGPT, you provide the context, you provide the instructions, so you instruct the AI in order to receive a proper output. So in this case, we are building an agent. So we want to instruct the agent so the agent is ready to take our input. Let me show you. So in this case, we have public function. We need to implement the instructions that return strings, and the strings is returned. That is essentially the instruction. So you are a LinkedIn post creator. Good. Then let me add something else. Your role is to analyze the uh, text in input and create, for example, an amazing and engaging LinkedIn post. For now, it's fine. Good. So with this kind of two things, the provider and the instruction, we built our agent. Okay. Now let me start for using. So let me save it. Okay. Now let me start using this agent. So we can define a variable agent. We can instance the my agent. No, in this case, I want to use my agent make is a essentially is a method for instancing, for returning a new instance of the agent. And then here I can receive in the response now agent. And in this case, we have, no, we need to call the chat. And then here, essentially the string. But because the chat method doesn't receive directly a string, but we need to use a class provided by Neuron AI to encapsulate the string that we want to use as an input, right? So in this case, new user message. Essentially, we are instructing the AI that we are sending a user message and not a system message. User message are typically message come from directly from the user. So in this case, here I want to create, for example, the text, the input text that our agent will use for creating the LinkedIn post. For example, let me write. I want to invite you to LaraCon US 2025 in Denver next July, to the Laravel conference, to the Laravel conference. Okay, so in this case, we provide some input and then we are ready, right? So now here I need to import. Yes, good. So now we need to print the response and we have a method get content. Yes, okay, so we can use this. Let me see if I did some mistake. I think it's fine. So we can try, right? So let me try it. So here we have PHP test.php. Take a while because I'm running locally on Llama. So take a while. But if you will use a different provider, probably it will be faster, especially if you are using an external, a remote service, right? So as you can see here, we have our post. Amazing. It's long. It's very long. So let me scroll a little bit, and then yes, here we have Okay, this is here is a potential LinkedIn post. So I have also some instruction, as you can see, right? And then we can start with the post. Exclusive invitation for you. Uh, uh, calling all the Laravel enthusiasts. We are thrilled to announce. Also, looks fine, right? Amazing. But in this case, we want to return only the text. So let me enrich the instruction. So the instruction here, most important, you return only the text, not the instruction. Okay, so probably now the output could be a little bit better. Yeah, probably. Mark your calendar for, okay, in this case I have to replace the date. As you can see here, I'm receiving only the post. So why this is important? Because as you can see here, we are we create an agent. We can reuse the agent for the daily usage, right? So for example, I can use this logic in my application where I can receive in input some information about the LinkedIn post and then allowing the agent for creating an engaging LinkedIn post. Then, because you are in the PHP, probably you can also integrate with LinkedIn API for automatically creating a post if you want. But the idea here is to allow you to understand how much easy to create an agent with a specific provider providing the instruction and then start using in a programmatically way. Uh, just for curiosity, as you can see, I imported Ollama as a provider. Let me inspect one thing. So use Neuron AI, yes, slash providers. Okay, nice. So as you can see, just to, because here I want to show you which kind of provider we can use. We have Anthropic, nice, DeepSeek, Gemini, Mistral, Ollama, OpenAI. So we can use also OpenAI, and yeah, that's all. So as you can see here, I'm using Ollama, but you can adapt your agent for using a different provider, right? And probably you can, in a more realistic scenario, you can create more than one agent, each agent with one responsibility. For example, one review the text, another translate the text, another one create a Twitter post, another one a LinkedIn post. And for each one, you can choose the proper provider. And because, for example, Ollama provide you a lot of models and each model has different capabilities and different feature. So for example, some models are specific for translating the content, some other for creating text from scratch and so on. So in this case, you can combine the provider and the model, and then you can assign them to the agent. So in this case, you can create your team of agents that allow you and support you in a programmatically way your tasks. Okay, so I think that this kind of video could be useful, and I hope that you will try Neuron AI with Ollama or with other provider. Thank you.